Welcome everyone into the season review. This is going to be a pretty harsh review to say the least. A very disappointing Plunkett Shield, very disappointing one day campaign. A really good T20 campaign where we just were pipped at the post in the final there. So effectively we'll showcase the domestic standings. We finished with 4 losses and 4 draws. We are going to quickly showcase you the last game. We were convincingly beaten, at the end of the day. We were 368 all out here, Central Districts. Clarkson 134. Jacqueline on debut 67. 7 for Fulcher, a breakthrough performance for him. A brilliant spell, 7 for 84. Bickerton was quite tidy as well, 1 for 56, got another opportunity. 319 in response. Kelly 85. Cox 36. Taylor 83. And Finn Allen with 87. Just not much else from the rest of the players there. Low at 5 for 86, 3 for 105 for Tickner, and 2 for 77 for Tool. 301 for 1 in response, so a 218 run stand between Smith and Young. Smith getting to Smith for 97, with the only wicket going to Duffy, with his 11 fours, 1 6 there. Will Young, 140 out of 233 deliveries, 24 fours, 1 6, dominated the bowling attack, and that is just a reasonably poor response. Rutherford, 40 up top, 43 for Allen, and 6 for Lennox there to wrap up that game. But yeah, just to quickly show you the one-day competition, I was very, very happy towards the end. We got a couple wins in a row, ended up finishing last though, and that's not the standard we want to have here. And the 20 over trophy, of course, we had that thrilling loss to Canterbury for that. So now let's look at the player records for the season for the Otago lads and see how people have stacked up for the season. So we're going to go the current year for the New Zealand first class competition. So this is when our players were available, just to give you guys really good analysis. So Cox was the leading run scorer, 8 games, 735 runs at 52.5. A really good year for him. A few failures towards the end took his average down a wee bit, but that's okay. Phillips was brilliant at the start of the season, and he got his call up to the Black Cats because of that. 531 runs at 59. We've got Cooper with 482 runs at 32.13. That's solid enough from the veteran. Aswood in his first season in Otago colours, 427 runs at 38.82. Relatively happy with what he contributed. Kelly in his 4 games, 374 runs at 46.75. Reasonably good contributions there. Finn Allen, 326 runs at 32.6. Would love him to keep improving his average. He has been quite good for the Otago side. Sutherland, just the 3 games, obviously on international duty most of the time. 288 runs at 57.6. Taylor, 260 runs at 37.14. Adair was here for the most of the season. 216 runs at 21.6. Vulture, the 3 games, 197 runs at 32.83. And yeah, not a bad effort turns to the batting, to say at least when you look at those numbers. But we didn't win a game. The bowling was a bit of a letdown. That's probably what's cost us a wee bit. 21 wickets for Ray was the leading wicket taker at 35.52. 18 wickets for Adair at 42.17. The noticeable improvement from Vulture, 15 wickets at 28.47. Duffy, very, very poor campaign for him, 15 wickets at 61.6. Williams, 2 games, 10 wickets at 28. K, 10 wickets at 37. Kitson, 7 wickets at 44, still developing, obviously. Foxcroft and Mitchell contributed a few wickets each. Truscott with the 3 for in one of his innings was a wee bit of a positive performance. And we have Muller, 2 wickets at 68. Bickerton just still developing his craft. Obviously need to give him a game of experience here and there, just keep him along. And Hall, 2 games, 1 wicket at 250. He definitely needs to improve. He's got the talent, this man. He showed it in the 20 over competition. It's just going to be a work in progress for him. Just get his confidence up, a few games per season. I think he's going to be an adequate enough bowler. Those numbers will continue to improve. We've got to be patient. Some people are late bloomers. But overall, like in most of the games that you guys saw, and even when I saw it offline, we're competitive in one innings with the bat and really good in one innings with the ball. And that's not usually good enough to win a game. You got to be good in all facets for the majority of the game if you're going to win matches. But major improvements need to be done there. So the one-day competition, and we'll go to the New Zealand one-day stuff. We'll go with the runs. Yep, runs. Taylor tops the charts, 417 runs at 46.33. Had a good year. Esport was solid up top, 309 runs at 34.33. Fulcher standing out again, 271 runs at 33.8. Finn Allen was good in his contributions, 228 at 38. Cox, disappointing. Anything under 30 for me, in terms of an average, is a really bad year. And Cox should be a lot better than that. He's been around for a few seasons now, needs to lift his standards. Then we've got Tom Bruce coming towards the end of his career. Tom Bruce, unfortunately, 9 games, 196 runs at 24.5. 34 years of age now. Didn't really contribute too much this season, no 50s, but interesting to see how it stacks up next season. Kelly was only good in the first class competition, 183 runs at 22.8. Cooper got a couple of 50s, 105 runs at 52.5. Rutherford contributed some handy scores. And yeah, not much else from the other batsmen really. In the bowling, I think you'll see Fulcher, 19 wickets at 28.16, the leading wicket taker. Who would have thought going into this season, if you'd put your money on Fulcher, you'd be a rich man right about now. Duffy, 18 wickets at 15.28, really high standards. A couple of fifers again. He's just picked up so many fifers in his career. 10 wickets for Muller at 44.4. Michael Ray was good in his 4 games with 9 wickets. Truscott, 7 wickets, and Kitson, 7 wickets as well. Not bad. They're into their, I think, 4th season of development now, those two. They're going to take a wee while still to develop. Adair, 5 wickets at 55.6, obviously wasn't round too often. Hall, 3 wickets at 59.33, and Kay, 2 wickets at 86. Yeah, need to improve in the one-day stuff as well. So we'll go to the 20 over stuff and show the New Zealand 20 over competition. And we've got Glenn Phillips leading the way, 313 runs at 62.6. And a lot of guys coming in, chipping in enough runs. Like if you average in the mid-20s, it's obviously acceptable. So you can see in the chart, Aswood 200 runs, Finn Allen 200 runs as well, Taylor 200. Hamish Rutherford, 178 runs at 25.43. I was really happy with how he contributed at 4 for the Volts. Kelly a bit low on the numbers there. So with Tom Bruce. And now we'll go to the bowling, where Jacob Duffy, 19 wickets at 17.05. Got Hall and Muller, had reasonable years. Kitson had a good year as well. Really good to see the young Otago lad stepping up. Williams, 7 wickets at 20.43. 5 wickets apiece for Bickerton and Fulcher. I thought they were economical. They bowled really well in tandem in one of the games in the competition. But yeah, just strolling through those numbers. We've got a lot of work to do still. Like, we're still trying to develop this team to be a really consistent side. It'll be very interesting to see how we go forward from here. We probably might have to move on. Some of the veterans, I think some of the all-rounders like Fulcher will hang around. We'll have Adair probably back again next season because he's reliable. Probably move Daryl Mitchell on. This depends what turns up, you know. Like, obviously, we've got a few batsmen that are aging, like Kelly. We've got Cooper, Rutherford, and a few others there as well. But you got to weigh up. You got to weigh it up, really. Like, we've got to have the budget. If we don't have the budget, we've got to sign the veterans, keep them around. They will get 1 or 2 scores a season while we've got them there. But for now, guys, a pretty harsh and honest review where we're at. We need to get better at the Plunkett Shield anyway. We've got to hit the ground running. Obviously, we'll have the recruitment special, but the first game after the recruitment special will be the first game of the Plunkett Shield. A huge emphasis on that this season. Going to showcase a lot more of that. So hopefully you like your 4-day cricket. Hopefully you like the length of the episodes too. Smash the like button as always. Comment on the video where you think we need to improve on. And we'll see you again next time.